I've got a peach butt and a Gundam on mine.
A peach butt and a Gundam. Nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good choices there, sir.
It's Gundam Exia from Gundam 00.
Nice. Then weren't you building one of those?
I am currently building Wing Gundam.
All right. All right.
Unfortunately, it's taking me forever.
Good old classic Wing Gundam, huh?
Yeah, it's real grade, so I actually have to get the clippers. You see, got Wing Gundam here.
There you go. Got some pre-show Gunpla content for y'all. That's good.
Yeah, got some Gunpla. You want me to show up some of my Gunpla?
I think I've shown off mine before. I only have the Shining Gundam currently, and then the Master Gundam with the broken foot. So that one's an action.
I'll show the ones from. So I got my Barbatos.
There you go.
Barbatos here. Yeah.
Nice.
And I got them in. I got these on these little stands here, so you know, got them in like action poses.
See, when my cousin Juan comes down from PJ, that we go to a specific like Gunpla store where they have all that shit. So yeah, I've seen the little bases and all that you gotta buy separately.
And then I have this RX-78.
That one's dope. Look at his fucking beam sword.
Got the beam sword out. Gonna shoot you. Pop a cap in your booty. Yeah.
A treat for our video audience.
Yeah, I've been making these pretty much since I've met you.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, forever. Gunpla boys.
Gunpla. Because like motherfucking Kinect, we are back with another episode. This is the PodBoyz Advanced Podcast. It's a weekly discussion where we go over the latest in gaming and throw in a little bit of whatever else we want to talk about. My name is Oscar. I'm joined as always by my co-host and best friend,
Eric here. What's up, dude?
What's up, Eric? Nice Pika shirt.
Thank you. Thank you for the compliments on my Pika shirt.
It's a very nice shirt. I'm jealous a little bit.
It is actually one of my favorite shirts to wear.
Nice. How you been this week, man? Chilling?
I've been good, dude. Busy, but you know,
busy boys.
Busy boys, but we here.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. What you motherfucking drinking though?
Well, man, I've been kind of dreading this one.
Oh yeah.
Only because it's 9.2. We talked about it last week.
Shit.
About a little bit about how 8% ones kind of kill us.
Yeah.
So this one's above the threshold, but I'm drinking. It's called let's see if I can get it. It's called a 4 Giants IPA.
Nice.
Like super glitchy, but there it goes. And it's got literally 4 giants on it.
4 cool looking giants.
Yeah, and it's an Imperial IPA. And yeah, that's all it says. And then I guess it says crack it, pour it, love it.
Nice.
It's from Founders Brewery. But yeah, we're gonna die here tonight, I guess. What about you, man?
This is kind of like a bit of a treat. So I went to Ramirez again finally.
Oh, nice.
So I stocked up for like a good long time.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the beers that I pick up there are around like anywhere between the $3 to $6 per beer range.
Right.
So not like crazy. This one here, though, this was a rack that wasn't like refrigerated. It was just on a shelf. this brewery called the Rare Barrel, and they had some of the coolest fucking bottle designs. Like, I need to look up like a website or something so I can like read off some of their other like beers and stuff like that. But they have such cool like art on the bottles and stuff like that. A lot of like fantasy themed stuff with like wizards and like weird
What?
stuff
That's
like that.
dope.
Yeah, so the one that I ended up grabbing though, this is about $13 though. I will say 13.50 is kind of expensive.
Right.
This one's called Space Jellies.
Space jellies. That's a cool bottle.
And it's got like little holographic jellyfish all over it with like this cool like minimalist line drawing of the ocean floor going.
Nice, nice. Is it the ocean floor or the earth?
Oh, actually, it is the Earth. You're right, because they're space jellies.
Yeah.
It is the Earth. Thank you for correcting me, sir. And it's actually a mixed fermentation beer aged in oak barrels, wet hopped with strata.
Fancy.
Yeah, reading more information though, it says, because I was a little intimidated at first, but there's more over here on the side. Says that it's loaded with bright berry and melon-like aromas with boasting notes of juicy pineapple and watermelon. So I think it's going to be a bit fruity too.
Nice.
So I don't know what I'm getting into with the space jellies, but it sounds super fancy and it was expensive.
Let's crack these open.
Yeah, we're gonna get a bottle pop this time, not a can pop.
All right. Oh, that was actually sounded kind of cool.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna pour this out into this fucking Zelda beer mug that I acquired recently.
What? That's dope.
Look at that.
That's pretty dope.
Got the Heliod shield over here on this side. Let me do
That's pretty dope.
quick pour over here.
Well, I'm going traditional PodBoyz over here, straight out the can.
Yeah. If I had a can, I'd go straight out the can, but I feel like the bottle calls for the occasion. All right.
Whoa.
The whoa, like whoa is right.
Whoa.
Like pouring this thing out, the aroma is intense.
Well,
Really
while you
fun.
enjoy your aroma, I'm over here. You can taste the alcohol in this thing. Holy shit. What the fuck?
Oh, I forgot you're in like fucking 9.8 territory or some shit over there.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this one. This one's a little intense. Holy shit. I took 2 sips and I'm like,
Oh yeah, I'm chilling at a casual 6.4 over here.
which is still relatively high for regular beer. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like most beers are like between the 4 and 5, like a light beer. How's the space jelly? Is it good?
I feel like I'm drinking like some sort of like elixir or potion, like straight up.
Is it good though?
It's
fruity.
really fucking good. Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna have to look up that brewery.
It's like bright. Like you sip it and like your like mouth and like eyes like come on, you're like, whoa, like it like attacks your whole mouth.
Does it have like that like fizzy aftertaste? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it does.
I've had beers like that before. That's a good beer then. Yeah, you got like this fizzy, almost poppy feeling in your mouth. Yeah.
You know what? Yeah.
That's a sign of a good beer.
It's really fucking good, dude. I'm actually super stoked on it. I'm gonna go back for more of them, but they're expensive.
Hey man, you know, if you're only drinking one,
why not?
$13.
Treat yourself.
Not just that, like you're gonna drink one beer by yourself, you know? You're gonna buy a 12-pack of Bud Light, or you're gonna buy one super nice expensive beer.
Space jellies.
Exactly. See?
I'm gonna go with the space jellies.
I'm all about the quality, you know?
I agree, sir. I agree. But
yeah,
man.
Although sometimes you pay the $13 and you end up with trash.
Luckily, that's not the case this week. Space Jellies is a fucking instant entrant into like into the PodBoyz like top 5. It also appears to be like some sort of a murky brew. Can't
Yeah,
can't really
yeah.
see through it.
It's an ale. It's an ale. Some kind of ale.
You know what? Like, you know what I feel like? I have no idea what it actually tastes like or anything like that, but like I feel this is kind of like similar to what like mead or something like that would taste like you know
Hmm.
like fantasy drink is what it tastes
Okay,
like.
I get what you're saying. Okay.
It's like a
Okay.
sweet, like, I don't know, it's like a fizzy weird like different type of feeling than regular beer, I'd say.
Cool. Yeah, you know what mine tastes like?
Hmm.
It's similar to torpedo,
Oh,
but like it's better than torpedo.
torpedo is
As in it
very
has this actually has taste. Like it's
torpedo is very aptly named because that's just like a boom. It's just like a hops punch in your fucking face. Like you get torpedoed by hops.
so this one actually has a lot of flavor.
Mm.
Like behind it's not just hoppy, but it's definitely got that Imperial IPA aftertaste.
Mm-hmm.
But this one in particular has got that a heavy one.
Oh
Ugh.
yeah, that
Ooh.
9.4, you know you're in for that.
I didn't even notice what percentage it was when I picked it up. I was like, cool
Yeah,
can.
that tends to be the case here on PodBoyz, but
Yeah.
what can you do?
Well, all right.
What you been playing though, man? You been getting up into anything this week?
Actually, I have not really.
Oh man,
Just
a non-gaming week.
a little bit of Smash before bed.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit of I've done a little bit of music stuff, trying to get really good at using my sampler.
Oh, I forgot you got that cool new sampler thing.
It's really hard to use, but it's actually really cool.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yeah. Once I get the hang of it, it's gonna be sick.
It's gonna be over for these bitches.
Well, the SP is the sampler's like equivalent to like the what is it called? The fuck that beat machine that everyone uses.
Oh,
NPC.
okay, yeah.
So it's like it's like historically like Madlib produced on an SP, like the Roland SP. A lot of other
Yeah,
heavy
I
sampling,
do like me some Madlib.
yeah, like heavy sample uh artists use it. So
Speaking of music, speaking of samples, today is Faces Day. Happy Faces
yes,
Day,
happy Faces
everybody.
Day.
October 15th, 2021. Faces as official Faces by Mac Miller, mixtape by Mac Miller,
If
is
you have not
officially
listened to
out.
it,
Yeah. Go listen to this life-changing mixtape right now. Do yourself a fucking favor. Like arguably like my favorite piece of music of all time, like compilation of music of all time.
so
Uh
I'm gonna put
you go
myself on blast here.
merch dropped, pre-orders dropped today, sir. So you better go cop yourself some damn merch too. I'm going
Oh,
full fucking promo, full shill. Go out there, macmiller.com, Mac Miller merch or whatever it is. Go buy yourself some merch. I don't know if you can still pre-order the vinyl. I still see them up there, but get yourself a vinyl and get this fucking
yeah,
album, man.
it's great.
I fucking
So
almost blew my speakers on my way home, just fucking blasting it. I didn't like I thought I was gonna throw my voice out because I was just yelling, bro. Like, I fucking love
so
that shit.
I'm gonna put myself on blast for a bit, and I will say that Faces it's my favorite Mac Miller album and the album that changed my opinion of Mac Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Because before I listened to Faces, I did not really enjoy Mac Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Did not really enjoy it. And then I heard this, and I was like, wow, this is a masterpiece.
Yeah,
So
I got it a little earlier than you. I like watching movies with the sound off is the one that roped me in
right,
because Earl feature,
right.
and then from there latched on and then
Well, you used
the
to play
whole of his
that. You
catalog and
used to
shit.
force
Yeah.
me to listen to that album.
It's a fucking great album.
It's not bad, but I was basically forced
Mm-hmm.
to listen to it.
And then Faces dropped, and it was like, oh, actually, we were like super upset when Faces dropped because it was like, it sounded like everything that we were working on ourselves slash what we wanted to sound like, and we were
Yeah.
just like, oh, this one hurts, but
Yep.
it's also so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
That like dark jazz overtone of the whole thing is just fucking insane. So there you go. We got some Music Boys Advance in here for you guys this week. Go check out the re-release of Mac Miller's Faces on Spotify. It's remastered and shit. It sounds a bit different in certain spots.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Is it like good, or did you like mess with it too much?
No. They don't mess with it like almost at all. It's just like
Okay. Transitions maybe.
transitions, yeah, like the weird noises at the end of songs, like they sound
They cut 'em.
sharper. And no, they don't cut them. They kind of they do more with them sometimes.
Because there's a lot of dead air between songs.
No,
Not
they
dead air, but
actually,
like just he did like a bunch of like transitions from one song
yeah,
to the next because it was
Mhm.
one long
one
mixtape.
long, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they actually do more with some of like the weird noises at the end and stuff like that. They like
Oh,
extend
that's
them and
cool.
shit like that. So it's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not mad.
Nice. Nice.
Oh crap! I actually did play games though. I was about to
We
move
got
on. But
Mac Miller tangent. All right.
yeah,
So what have you been playing, sir?
nothing but Dread, baby, dude, it's so good. I can't get over how fucking good this game is. So there's Metroid. All the other previous games have like a pretty big speed running community and stuff like that, and like it's famous
Has
for
someone
like
beat it already?
everyone's beaten it already. It's only like an 8-hour game. It's like if you're
Oh,
good,
really?
yeah. If you're good, you can beat it quick. But if you're like a Metroid veteran type of thing, I've always been like mediocre at them, so it takes me a bit to get through. I get stuck at portions and stuff like that. So I'm still working my way through it. I'm like about halfway probably.
Okay.
But sequence breaking has always been a big thing in Metroid. Like you can like if you have the skill to pull off like crazy difficult jumps and weird shit, sometimes you can like access areas early and get upgrades early and like fuck up do shit in weird fucked up order to like benefit yourself type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got something in my eye here.
There's a cat on screen, y'all. This cat. I'm glad. Okay, this is happening while we're recording, and I'm not gonna cut this. This cat
What are you
shakes me
talking
down
about?
for money. This cat shakes me down for money sometimes.
What are you talking about?
When Eric's off screen. God
I don't know what you're
damn
talking
it.
about. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Space Jellies got me talking crazy because I'm almost done with it.
Damn, bro.
I'm about to go grab a fucking
Modelo or what?
no. I have we got a 6-pack of these prickly pear cactus ciders.
Oh, that sounds good.
It's really fucking good. So I have a couple of they're like throwaway type of little drinks, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
depending how spicy I'm feeling after this last sip here, I might go grab that. But
okay.
So yeah, sequence breaking makes a return in Dread. I looked up a quick little guide online of, on how to do a cool little trick earlier in the week. So you can sequence break and get a couple upgrades early, specifically the grapple beam and the morph ball bomb, which is a little bomb you can lay while you're in the little Samus ball form.
Yeah.
So basically, if you have those two upgrades, when you fight the boss Kraid, which is like I think the third maybe like main like big like boss, maybe second. He's a returning boss from a bunch of other games, so he's kind of like a cameo in and of himself.
Yeah.
There's like a cheesy way that you can kill him, which is pretty fucking hilarious. So you have to get past his first phase, just blast him in the face with a bunch of rockets. And the second phase, there's a little block that you can shoot open in the corner of the screen with a little morph ball bomb. And then if you climb in there and place another bomb, it's all throughout the map in this game. There's morph ball launchers. So if you like get into it and lay a bomb and like spit you out into another part of the level, it'll shoot you straight into the swollen, pussy, disgusting, throbbing belly button hole of Kraid himself.
What? So
and then you can just spam the morph ball bomb button and blow him up from the inside without having to do any of the fight and kill him in seconds.
What?
Yeah.
What up? I'm looking it up right now.
I did it and it was the most satisfying thing ever. Not only because it's a fucking hilarious way to kill him, but because you have to pull off some like pretty slick, pretty fucking difficult like platforming like stunts to even like get the upgrades early. So like, it took me like a good while to get those jumps down. So like I'm glad that it paid off in the end for me.
Wait, this was built into the game.
Built into the game. Because they know people break the game and get shit early. So it was a treat for people who, if you have this shit early, go ahead, fuck them up.
That's so great.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was honestly ridiculously satisfying to pull off. And just shit like that, man. Like everything is like so Metroid, man. Like from like you walk into a room and you make sure you shoot every single block and every single wall because there might be something hidden, break up a wall, a hidden upgrade.
That's why it's taking you forever.
You know me, dog. So
yeah.
I'm fucking just taking my time and like just enjoying the full Metroidness of it. The fucking robots that chase you around in those Emmy zones get like more terrifying each time because every time you progress to a new area, they have a new ability, but they retain the abilities of all the old ones too. So they're just getting progressively fucking more terrifying and shit like that. Like currently the one that I'm facing has like a speed booster, but it can also crawl through small crevices. So I can't. I used to be able to like slide under like tiny spots and like it wouldn't be able. It was just. I think that's the one I mentioned last week. It just kind of gets stuck like staring at you like fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, eventually they adapt and learn how to crawl through small spaces. And now they have a fucking like speed booster. So it's like frantically clawing at you. And it's just like, like you're just like fucking running around like a madman, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I have yet to get this game.
Yeah, this game is
probably gonna wait until my school's over because I want to enjoy it. I don't want to. You know what I mean?
Get all like play it all fragmented and like
exactly
worry about school and all that shit.
Probably get it. Maybe I'll get it right before Thanksgiving break or something like that.
It's tough, man, and you like challenges, so I think you like. I think I mentioned that last week too. But
yes.
But yeah, that's pretty much been my whole week, man. I've just been immersed in the dread.
Sounds well worth.
Considered downloading Back for Blood, but then I heard it was fucking garbo. So
you know what? But while we're here, since I didn't really play anything, I have a bone to pick with Microsoft and their announcements. Maybe I missed it, but their announcements of games that are going to be on Game Pass. So as y'all know, we are big supporters of Scarlet Nexus. We love ourselves some Scarlet Nexus. And about a week ago or so, maybe a little longer, I'm not sure, I log into my computer and Game Pass comes up. And what do I see? Scarlet Nexus on Game Pass. What the fuck?
See, and remember right before launch, Jeff Grubb and a bunch of other people were like trying to like say, well, not trying to say, they were putting out the rumor that it was coming to Game Pass, that it was supposedly launching on Game Pass,
and then it never did.
But I guess there was some sort of validity to that. Did you hear that firework going off, or are we good?
No, we're good.
Okay, cool. Dude, remember like what, like I think it was like the first one of like the first few episodes, like episodes like 4 and 6 or something, were like specifically named after fireworks because it was so fucking bad for a period of time over here.
Yeah, I do remember.
But anyway, yeah.
But anyways, I'm not. I mean, it's fine. I'm okay with paying the money and supporting
Yeah, we
that
like
studio
got
because
like the digital deluxe edition and shit. So I mean, we wanted to
yes,
support them anyway, but
yeah,
still, like it would have been nice to know that I could have had the option to hold off and wait. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
I mean, I don't know how their licensing and their announcement works and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, anyways, if you haven't played Scarlet Nexus and you have Game Pass, I highly recommend you go
Yes,
and play it.
please,
It's
please
very, very
hop
good.
on Scarlet Nexus.
In our opinion, it is very, very good. And form your own opinion.
Alrighty, but we can start moving into some of our topics here this week, starting with what I teased in the little opener thingy that I usually do. Microsoft is bringing back Kinect in a way. So, in a partnership with Sky, which is like a satellite TV provider, like pretty much everywhere else other than here, it's like everywhere else is direct TV. I know, like every time, like I used to go to Mexico a lot when I was younger and spend extended periods of time there. Like they have Sky out there and stuff like that. And they have some really cool like channels, like some like anime specific channels and shit like
Oh,
that. Like,
what? That's
yeah,
dope.
yeah, it's fucking dope. I Sky was dope. I remember that. But the point is, they're a big satellite TV provider, and it looks like they're actually putting out their own TVs called Glass TV. And looks like built into them is going to be a special 4K camera type device on top of it that might sound reminiscent to a Kinect, because that's exactly what it is, since it's being built in partnership with Microsoft. So what it is basically it's going to create kind of like a social hub out of those type of TVs, so you can all sit together and kind of have like a group, like a Discord call type of thing, and all watch the same thing. So you can throw on a game and like watch it with everyone at the same time, type of thing. You know what I mean? Like us
Yeah.
who were in a fantasy football league with all our old like high school homies and stuff like that. We could all hop into this type of thing and watch a game together and hang out this way, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
Instead of
pretty
having to,
cool
like,
actually. So it's like conference call in your TV.
yeah, and apparently that's kind of what Microsoft's like end goal and main aim was with the Kinect when they first released it for the Xbox. When they made it mandatory for the Xbox One upon release and all that weird shit that was going on back then, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But since it was such a big flop and failure, it never got to that point, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Well, you know what it took? It took a pandemic and everybody moving to living at home
Yeah, and
permanently
working at
for a
home and all
year.
that shit. So,
Yeah.
but now it's coming, and Sky is taking advantage of that old idea and putting it out into the world in their own way. You know
Man,
what
I
I mean?
think that's crazy to think like some of these technologies that we have now, we were available like 5, 6 years ago, but nobody used them. And that it was just like nobody cared.
Like
And
Skype
now,
and all that shit. Like
yeah, 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 yeah.
remember Skype was like
And like
Skype was
we
popular for like a fucking like period of like 6 months in 2011 or some shit. Remember, like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But my point is like we had this technology and nobody really cared or knew what it was. And now we're at the point where it's it's become super integrated into everyone's life, like your work life, your school life, whatever it is you do. You know what an online video call is. It's
exactly, dude.
crazy.
It's a paradigm shift, is what it's called, my dude.
Yes, sir.
So it's crazy, man. So I think it's pretty cool. I don't like the idea of it like always being on. I'm gonna, if I were
Put
to
tape
ever get
put
something
tape
like
over it.
this, I'd put tape over it or
Put a
get some
towel
sort of
over it.
security cover like immediately,
Yeah.
type of thing.
Yeah.
Let my puppy out. But yeah, man, Kinect coming back, Sky TV.
Okay.
Moving on from that, we can talk about some scandal between Kotaku and Nintendo this week. Because Kotaku decided to put out an article earlier this week, Eric, entitled Metroid Dread is already running great on Switch emulators. They amended the title to just say Metroid is already running on Switch emulators because they faced a lot of backlash because they were kind of dragged through the whole internet because a phrase towards the end of it, I don't know if it's been taken out now, but they clearly say, oh yeah, here we go. Oh, they definitely amended it because the original statement was like, thank God for pirates, emulators, modders, and hackers.
Wow.
So a lot of people took it as them encouraging piracy and all this type of stuff. They had a whole video like kind of going over it and like showing it off and everything like that, like working in an emulator. And they were kind of like taking a jab at Nintendo at first. I think like they had like a cheeky little like intro that was like, if you're a Nintendo exec, please do not read any further. If you're a cool, super cool person who isn't involved with Nintendo and likes to see cool stuff, read on type like that type of thing, which is also gone now.
Wow.
Yeah,
So they were just asking for it.
yeah, so Nintendo decided, all right, well, you guys want to play, we'll play. They came through and copyright struck the video that they had on there, like with instructions and like showing off the performance and everything in the emulator. They came through and just straight Nintendo Ninja'd it, so it's unavailable now. They took it off of the internet type of thing. So what do you think, man? Kotaku encouraging piracy? You think like what's your take on it? You think that's the move? You think it's a good look for them? You think Nintendo overreacting? You think people online overreacting?
I'm not really too okay with the piracy thing aspect of it. It's like if everyone knows it's there, you know, Kotaku should know better, first of all. Like so I don't know. I don't think Nintendo overreacted because this is what they do. These people, it's their job to do this kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like the people that came after them and, you know, their legal team and all that. So there's that. But honestly, dude, it's gonna be on emulators anyways, eventually. And the Switch we have now, well, maybe not the Switch OLED, but the Switch we have now, sometimes I feel like can look pretty clunky, you know, in comparison to other things. So I think if people want to put Metroid on a computer and see how good it can look, then have at it. Do your thing, you know?
I mean, yeah, I mean, people are gonna do it, and I think my thing is just like do your thing and like kind of keep quiet about it.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
no one needs to
Kotaku
know.
is the wrong place to be talking about
No
this.
one needs to know that you're out here doing that shit, you know, like especially because you know it is frowned upon and basically 100% illegal.
Yeah.
Unless technically like if you own a physical copy, like type of thing, there's like this gray area loophole or whatever.
Yeah.
But
like, oh, I own this physical copy and I just put it in my computer. That's all I did. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So
as long as you're not sharing it or whatever.
But people are, is the thing.
Yeah, and exactly.
So I don't know, man. It is what it is. Like you said, it's gonna happen. If you do it, do it. Don't be boasting about it, but do it. Like, but for a big publication like that to be like,
don't be. Like, it's the wrong place to be doing this.
Like
that's
Kotaku,
I agree. It's like they should have known better.
Especially when it comes to the Metroid series, which is a series that has like historically struggled really bad in sales, which we'll talk about in this next topic here. We're gonna make this a whole little Metroid Dread news block. We're gonna skip ahead in the list here a bit. And wrap it up with a Metroid related question by the homie B-Leaf. Because Metroid's always suffered sales wise. No entry in this series has sold more than 4 million units. And it's always, you know, like kind of one of those series that like, that's why it took kind of 19 years for there to be a new one, because it kind of falls by the wayside because a lot of people claim they want it and then no one shows up to buy it is always the story with Metroid type of thing. And they've had like, you know, a couple bumpy spots when like what was it called? Other M dropped it, like people really hated that entry, and then they had some like really bogus DS entries like Federation Force and Metroid Pinball and shit like that. So it's been rocky for the series. So I mean, luckily this one is like we're going to talk about here, breaking all sorts of sales records and is like the fastest selling in the franchise in both Japan and the UK, and pretty much topping the charts everywhere. It's also bringing up sales of the older games and all the old eShops that it's still available in. So Metroid Fusion, Zero Mission, Prime Trilogy on the Wii, all those like have bumped up in their eShop and sales. So this game is kind of pumping the life that the
Back into
series
Metroid.
needs, and you know what I mean, and it really needed that type of shit. And then for a big publication like Kotaku to come out here and be like, "Oh, but you could just emulate it, though," you know what I mean? Like it's it sucks, man.
Yeah, I agree, dude. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You know?
Well, Nintendo, well, not us, but Nintendo sure gonna try and do something. Took that
Oh, I mean,
video,
of course they will.
and like they did amend it a lot, so it looks a lot nicer now. The article, you know, it's not as blatant as before. But yeah, man, it's good
But
to
still,
see.
though, why, like, who's in charge of these things? Who's in charge? Like, who decided that this was okay to publish?
I
You
mean,
know?
there. I mean, at that point, you can. I'm sure there's like a. You can look up who the editor in chief is, who it all has to go through. You know, what I mean, there is a person to blame here.
Yeah.
Just saying, there is a person to
Someone
blame.
is gonna get slapped with a lawsuit. It's gonna happen. I can see it already.
Alrighty. But yeah, man, it's good to see that despite all this mess, it is still breaking records. Like I said, it is the top of the eShop, the top on Amazon best-selling game right now as well. So those are good indicators, as well as it outselling every other game in the franchise basically in Japan in the first week. Also had a very big launch in the UK. It's the biggest launch of any Metroid game to date. So this is one is on track to benefit from that Switch effect that's been going on since you know the Switch has gained popularity. All the first party titles that drop seem to get a crazy boost in sales. So
But yeah, if you think about all of the people that now have a Switch and all the people who never actually played Metroid, and now they have a brand new one that they can play, you know?
exactly.
So
Yeah, we can wrap it up here with a question by the homie Belief. Let me pull it up here real quick. Gotta get back to the PodBoyz Discord here. He says, since Dread just came out, wondering what your expectations for the Metroid Prime series are. At least what do you expect next? A remaster of Prime 1, then Prime 4 releases? Or are we just waiting on Prime 4 only and no other Prime remasters, remakes, etc.? Also, I know this is a late submission, so I know if you can't include it for this week's episode. Yeah, he actually posted this last Saturday, so it wasn't in last week's episode. So we're coming around to it now. Thank you for the submission, Belief. You are the homie. And to answer your question, we have like extensive knowledge and extensive behind the scenes confirmation from multiple insiders and sources within Nintendo and leakers and everyone alike that there is a fully completed, ported, done, ready to go Metroid Prime trilogy for the Switch. And that it's been ready to go since at least like 2019 or some shit like that. So I think that's definitely gonna come next. It's just gonna come down to, I think they want to drop it a little bit closer to whenever Metroid Prime 4 is actually gonna be ready, and that's still a very long. Like there's still like listings for job hirings for that team and stuff like that. Like
so I'm thinking like 2023, 4 even maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking around there. I think Metroid Prime 4 might actually fall to like
The
maybe
tail end of the
not
Switch
even
life.
that, maybe even like a launch with the next type of iteration type of thing, even, you know what I mean?
That's possible.
Yeah, but
If Dread continues to see success, then I think that yeah, doing something like that on a launch day would be super cool. But also at the same time, Every time, I think it's more likely that Nintendo will drop some kind of Mario Kart or Mario, of course, with the new Switch.
Yeah, especially since we know Breath of the Wild's coming next year, supposedly.
Yeah. So even maybe even that, and just repeat the same formula that I had for the original Switch.
I feel yeah, but yeah, man. I think maybe like about a year out from whenever they're seeing Prime releasing, that's when we'll get some sort of announcement and release for the Prime trilogy. But I do think they're gonna release that well in advance, so newcomers to the 3D, the 3D series can get caught up, basically give everyone an opportunity to get hyped for it because they're actually caught
Yeah.
up with the story of Prime and everything like that, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's the best answer I can provide. Is supposedly, according to everyone behind the scenes and plugged in, there is a Prime trilogy that is good to go somewhere out there.
Yeah. I would say that's what I would be expecting too. Some kind of remaster of the Prime series, or maybe even, I don't know, maybe even a re-release of one of the DS games. Good dude.
Yeah, just sneezing over here real quick. Don't mind me.
But yeah, you know what I mean? Like I think this is a good thing that Nintendo did, releasing Dread before any kind of like remaster. Get a new title out, and then after everyone's hyped for it, then you can release some kind of remaster.
hmm
Yeah.
I agree. But yeah, thank you so much for the submission, B Leaf. We appreciate you. Make sure you guys check out the homie B Leaf at BLeaf789, I believe, on Twitter. Get at my boy. He's the homie, always pulling up to the
The
Discord
homie.
and the Twitter and everything. So we appreciate you, man. But moving on from all the Metroid stuff, we can talk some Sony news because looks like Sony's pulling an old card out of their hat to try and help some people secure PS5s for the holidays. Do you remember before the release, Eric, of the PS5, they had those signups where you had to submit your PSN and your email?
You mean the sign up that I signed up for and then got an email for after I had already purchased my pre-order?
Yeah, so they're doing that shit again. They're bringing it back, and same thing as last time. They said it's gonna be priority is gonna be based on previous interest and activity in PlayStation products. So based on your playtime or whatever it is, or how much you've purchased on other consoles, you'll be prioritized and might have a chance to basically win this raffle to get like a direct invite to the queue to get a PlayStation.
Well, that's good. That's good news, I think, for people that exclusively only play on PlayStation. They want to get a PS5 upgrade.
Yeah, like actual PlayStation fans
Yeah,
that
I'm
haven't
okay
been
with
able to
this.
grab it.
I'm okay with this. Like them prioritizing uh playtime, or people that have actually invested their time and money into their product.
Yeah,
I think that's a good move,
I
you
agree.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, man, I agree. I think it's a good move. I think it's a solid way to get a fair shot to some of these people who are just literally getting just beat to shit by bots, man, and scalpers. Still to this day, sir.
You know, I'm willing to bet that even scalpers are going to try and take over this pre-order
Yeah, I
business.
mean, yeah, but they can make fake PSN accounts all they want. They have no play activity or anything, you know what I
That's
mean?
true.
So that's something they can't really fake, I think.
Exactly. Yes. Which is why I say like it's a good move.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So if anyone out there is an avid PlayStation gamer and you're still having trouble securing a PS5, make sure you hit up the PlayStation Direct website and hit that sign up button.
All right.
Moving on from that, there was an Animal Crossing Direct today, Eric, and neither of us really care too much about this game. I haven't played it in over a year. You never played it, never
At
bought
all.
it, and I don't think you've played any Animal Crossing ever.
I'm I'm not into like these farming games like this, you
No,
know.
that's fair. You know what?
Yeah.
And I usually am not either. I got it. I gave it a shot for a bit. I actually played for a good couple of months. I got a decently fleshed out island, and then it just all caught up to me, and I was just like, what the fuck am I doing?
It's
And
just
and I couldn't do it anymore. I just can't bring myself to do it anymore. I'm sorry. I respect everyone who's into that type of shit. For example, like our homie Vince from Discord, and from Life,
yeah.
Vincent from Vince Makes Oscar Play. He is really into all these types of games, like the farming simulators and Harvest Moon and Stardew Valley and all those types of shits. And
Yeah.
Vince and I never see eye to eye on games. Like he always
This
like
this is
texts
true.
me excited about some
I
shit, and
can confirm.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck about Madden or what the fuck you're doing on those microtransaction shit. And I'll hit him up and be like, but Metroid, and he's just like, fuck Metroid. That shit looks like a ripoff of Dead Cells, and I'm like, triggered as fuck.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait, no. Did he actually say
it
that?
was a joke, but yeah, he was just like, oh, the new
Mm.
Dead Cells looks sick. Uh,
Mm.
and then so he hit me up
How
today,
dare
and
he?
he hit me up in the morning, all like
I'm triggered.
all cat. Yeah, he was on a B Leaf tweet too. I was just like, sir, I'm gonna hit you. But he hits me up in the morning, all caps, bro. Animal Crossing, this update, so much content. Oh, my mind is blown. And I'm just like, I didn't even get up to watch that shit because I don't give a flying fuck. Leave me alone about Animal Crossing. But there is like, I scrolled through this earlier, Eric. Holy fucking shit. This is the last update, and they're just fucking dumping the world on these people. So
Oh, yeah.
they're opening up a cafe called the Roost in the basement of the museum with like exclusive NPC interactions and all this crazy shit. You can summon like NPCs, which you usually can't do using Amiibo. They're having a new boating system called Captain's Boat Tours, where another NPC takes you out to like exotic, like exclusive islands that you can only visit through him, and it costs like 1,000 of the Nook miles that you need to travel to other islands and shit. So it's pretty intense. There's mysterious new plants and shit like that you can't normally get on those types of islands. So you can like
Interesting.
get new shit. There's another island already in there called Harv's Plaza, which is like a little photography type of studio area that he has. I guess that's expanding to a whole marketplace where a bunch of like the roaming NPCs are just gonna post up like indefinitely, and they're gonna have like a new shop where you can like customize stuff that you can't normally customize. So they're kind of adding a lot more layers to the customization, adding more group activities. You can enact ordinances now, which means you kind of have more control over how like the ecosystem of your island functions. So you can like make people get up earlier, stay up later, the shops to open earlier, stuff like that. It's pretty weird. Gives you more control.
Mhm.
More like variations to the bridges, to the like inclines, to like basically more options for everything to like for island expansion wise. A reward system, like, and I'm only like halfway through all this stuff, you guys. You can now do ceiling and accent wall decor. So you didn't used to be able to decorate ceilings and shit. Now you can. New fence recipes, so you can make different types of fences. A new app, a new pro camera app that it can now take the camera and bring it down to eye level, so you can get like more of a photo mode going type of thing. More patterns for everything, more hairstyles, more
Sir,
reactions.
you were not even halfway down
I
this
am not
list.
even halfway. There's a new app called Nook Island Life 101, which is kind of like a social media app within Animal Crossing.
So, in other words, this is a huge update.
Yep, more songs and more jam sessions with KK Slider. A new basically collectible system called drum gyroids, which are the little cactus guys that you attack with and smash.
Hmm.
They're the little hydrant guys. basically you water those and you can like customize them, and they all have different abilities and they all play different songs. You can implement permanent ladders. You can squeeze through narrow passages now. New interactions for all villagers, new villagers in general, a whole other ass paid DLC called Happy Home Paradise, which is like a crazy like actual like separate app that's like gives you more freedom for customization, and like you can build stuff that you can't normally build within Animal Crossing and then import it to your island, and then eventually be able to build that stuff in Animal Crossing. Like you kind of upgrade your like your crafting abilities using the app. It's fucking insane, dude. And this one actually does have like an online social media aspect. You can follow people like different creators using their friend codes to like keep up with like designs and patterns they're producing, so you can like download them from them. It's crazy, dude. It's absolutely fucking insane how much content they're adding to this shit, and I wish I cared about
Any of it.
any of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool if you guys are into Animal Crossing, you know.
So that was my rapid fire
really
speed
excited.
read of this Animal Crossing Direct, which was like, if you're an Animal Crossing fan, you were probably like
In heaven here.
shooting through the fucking
On
moon.
cloud 9.
Because this is like a whole new fucking, they basically dropped the sequel on you guys. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. I don't know if I'll ever be enticed to go back. I might if I get pressured into it by my girlfriend or anybody
You
else.
can count me out, so
No, yeah, you can stay far, far away from it, dude, because not only do you not like these types of games, but Animal Crossing in particular, it takes like a full week before you can actually start like fully doing whatever you want to do. Because you gotta like go through like sequences of like you can only progress so far in one day. And when I say a day, I don't mean you can go to sleep in your bed in your home and then keep going. No, a full calendar day in real life, because it progresses in real time type of thing. So
I've seen things where they do the Pokemon thing where they change the time in their
yeah,
in
you
their
can
DS.
you can cheese it like that, the time travel type of shit, right?
I said
Yeah.
DS, I meant Switch.
Yeah. I mean, they do it on the DS too, so you're not wrong either. But yeah, if you're an Animal Crossing fan, enjoy that shit. We probably shall not. Where it ties into our last topic is that final topic I mentioned there in the direct, where it was that paid DLC, the Happy Home Designer thing or whatever it's called. That's normally a $25 purchase, but it also comes bundled if you upgrade to our next topic, which is the expansion to the Nintendo Switch Online service. And we had pricing unveiled today, Eric, and we had some things to say here on PodBoyz about this. We were of the mind of, oh yeah, whatever it is, I'll pay it. I'll give them money to play these games, because our understanding and the rumors and just like realistic expectations, we thought it was going to increase around $10, $15, 30, $35 would have been completely reasonable, perfectly fine. But we were hit with the announcement today that it's actually going to be going up by more than double the current price. If you were to double the current price, it would be $40 a year. They decided to go a step above that and increase it to a whopping $50 a year. So it's a $30 price increase. And all of a sudden,
it doesn't look so great.
It doesn't sound so appealing.
I mean, if you're gonna buy the Animal Crossing expansion pack, this is for you at this point. I only see value in this if you're really into Animal Crossing. You're gonna buy the expansion pack anyways. You know, the $25 expansion pack, drop in there at $25 and you'll get Nintendo Switch Online, you know. which
I mean,
you're gonna
for
drop.
1 year.
Well, I know, but
because then you gotta pay 50 the next year again. You know what I mean?
well, yeah,
So,
but I mean, if you do it for
yeah.
a year, that's where the value is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dude,
Yeah, but for people like us who don't give a fucking rat's ass about Animal Crossing at all,
that's a pretty hefty price.
like arguably I could do it because like I already spent the initial 60 buy-in to get into Animal Crossing, but I still don't see the value in it, man. Like I don't think
At this
as
point,
much as I love those old games,
at this point we're paying $50 to be able to play Ocarina of Time.
and yeah, and it brings back the argument from a couple topics ago, where it's just like we're not gonna sit here and boast about it and like yell about it on the internet, but we have really good PCs. We can just
Emulate it.
you can just emulate all these things, like and there are like certain like patches, like mods and shit to certain old games, including like old Mario parties that where they've added online play and stuff like that in emulators and stuff like that. So like if we really wanted to go out of our way and make it happen, we could without paying this money type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like it's rough,
a
man. It's rough when something you really wanted and something you really love is locked behind something that you can't support. You know what I mean? And like a ridiculous price increase like that is something that I don't think I can get behind, man. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna vote with my wallet on this one and not do it.
I'm right there with you, man. I think I after seeing these prices, like I'm already paying. I pay for my PlayStation service, but that's, you know, I play a lot of online games with my friends, and I get 3 free games every month
And
with my PlayStation service. You
with
know,
PlayStation, it a lot of the times it's like brand new releases, and like not even if they're not new releases, they're still like big.
They're good games.
They're good game. They're quality fucking games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were not getting retro games.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Jim Ryan, the retro game hating warlock here, but like hate to be him for a second, but like I'm not paying more than double what I'm already paying for retro games right now. Like,
yeah,
I'm just not. Like, if it would have been and you know what, Nintendo's had shit like this happen before. I think I've seen a lot of people mad about it online. So it's gonna come down to if enough of us are mad, and I hope enough of us are, that it makes a difference, that they'll back down and maybe try and lower it. If
I would go as far as to just $40, you know,
because like I mean,
I would do that.
We've seen a couple examples this year alone of like how really big backlash online has actually caused these big gaming companies to reverse some pretty shitty decisions.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, I think the absolute most, if I really, really wanted it, I would pay like $40.
I don't even think I'd do that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's steep, you know. Even so, like for it to be like 50, that's a little too much. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would really, really, really need to have it.
Yeah.
Then I'd pay like
especially
$40 for it. You know what I mean? Other than that, it's like,
especially because it's fucking marketing speak, saying like, oh, the Animal Crossing expansion is included in that. Like,
nobody plays that.
No, like, well, a lot of people do
actually, but still, though,
but there's just as many people who fucking don't.
Yeah, you're cutting off a whole, like, the whole section of your fan base, of your user.
A large, because Animal Crossing is what, like 30 million sold, which is about pushing 100 million. So like that's still like a good 70% of your audience that doesn't own this game. That's 70% of your audience that sees no benefit from this super great gift you're giving us of this Animal Crossing expansion for free or whatever.
Give us a free game, then maybe we'll talk. You know,
fuck that. Just let us pay a separate price that doesn't include that Animal Crossing expansion.
Or that
That's
too,
a lot
yeah.
lower.
That's
Like,
true, yeah, because that is like $25 for the expansion. So
yeah, but I'm not gonna sit here and rage and whine about it all fucking night. But like, it's shitty, and I'm not supporting it. Is my stance on it.
yeah, I'm not very happy with it either, if I'm being honest. Like I said, I would really, really, really need to be into retro gaming or, really, really need to play these 64 and Sega games to even maybe consider it. So it's a bummer, man.
It really is, man. So, and on that bummer note, we end the show. We have reached the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining us. If you made it all the way to the end of the episode, you are a true Kinect champion and you are being watched at all times. And I'm sorry. Please get some tape. If you want to find me on the internet and talk cybersecurity, you can find me at Knife Life Os, Knife Life OSC. If you want to find Eric on the internet,
If you want to find me on the internet and talk cyber alien belly buttons, we can we can speak. You can find me as Arky Plays everywhere.
and if you need IT help, find us together at the PodBoyz Advanced Twitter at PodBoyz Advanced. Don't do that. Eric is like barely dipping his toe in, and I'm not even in there. So that was a joke.
We will direct you to Google.
Yep. Make sure you join the Discord and submit a question to be featured in an episode like the homie B Leaf this week. If you want to check out more of my random ramblings, you can check out my other podcast, 8 Hour Chat, which you can find anywhere that you find this one except video. So I think this week we discuss a woman who married the ghost of a 300-year-old Haitian pirate and how
As
that
you do.
didn't end up going too well for her. So make sure you guys check that out over there. Other than that, I think that's gonna do it, right?
I think so.
Make sure you guys share the show with a friend. My name is Oscar.
I'm Eric.
We have been the PodBoyz Advance. We will see you guys next time. Later. Don't eat the apple pie, especially if it came out of Craig's belly button.
Kind of looks like apple pie.
No, it does not. Don't do that to apple pie.